welcome to GreenBiz Studio. I'm Sarah Golden, I'm the Senior Energy Analyst at GreenBiz, and I'm joined here today with Mathy Stanislaus. He is the Circular Economy Fellow at the World Resource Institute. So, Mathy, what does a Circular Economy Fellow do?
So I do two major things. In terms of Circular Economy Fellow, really focusing on what are the key levers, particularly policy levers, to accelerate circular economy. So recently I published a blog that concludes, based on analysis done globally, that the two most important levers to accelerate circular economy is value retention processes that extends the life of products, enable second use of products, and creating and optimized secondary material systems. So based on that analysis, the UN International Resource Panel conclude that extending the life of products to what it refers to as value retention processes can reduce raw materials by 80%, up to 90%, can reduce greenhouse gas impacts anywhere from 80 to 90%. Similarly, when you look at things like aluminum, displacing raw aluminum, that similarly could result in greenhouse gas avoided about 80% or so. So I've concluded that while the circular economy buzz is great, there needs to be far more prioritization and focus if we're really going to have the kind of impact that people want to have.
Well, passing policy like that has to be no easy feat. Who are the stakeholders that need to be involved, and what can businesses do to support that?
Well, I think businesses are crucial, and I relate back to, I served in the Obama administration, very much led policy formulation, and I thought the most productive engagement with businesses were folks who actually were in the business themselves. Folks who were involved in design, were involved in operation. So I actually don't think that the companies do as much of a direct engagement with governments in terms of co-designing policy solutions. And when I talk about co-designing, what I really talk about is how does the business model of that business, what is it conveying that? And what are the policy levers that governments can do to reduce barriers or enable that? And I would say one aspect of that is as a pre-competitive engagement by businesses and companies. I actually don't think that companies do as much of an effort in this space in trying to figure out what are the key levers to accelerate extending the life of products, both from a policy perspective and even things like design. So I think that that's an important space as well.
So if a company wants to get involved with this, what could first steps be for them?
Well, I think the first steps would be, I always say circular economy needs to be tailored to your own business model in your own sector. And I think that, I do a lot of work, for example, the auto sector and the energy sector, and the circular opportunities in both of those sectors are quite different, right? And so the opportunities of extending the life of a battery is quite different than extending the life of an engine. But trying to figure out, well, what is the opportunities, and then what is the business-related issues, and what are the policy-related issues, and having some pre-competitive conversations and coming out with an agenda. At the end of the day, the U.S. is far behind the curve in terms of policy enablers. China, for example, has creating mandates of recycled content, has creating reduced taxation for circular models. Similarly, countries like Italy is experimenting with that, but the U.S. is far behind the curve in terms of both the policy levers and then the associated alignment among businesses in a common sector.
Well, thank you so much for the work that you do in this space.
You're welcome.
Once again, I'm Sarah Golden, and I'm joined here right now with Mathy Stanislaus. Thanks for your time, Mathy.
Thank you.